Good morning, Morling students. We're really pleased to introduce our lockdown personal development pathways to you. This is something that is going to be a huge challenge for you, but something that you're going to get a lot out of. I'm going to pass over to Mr. Williams, who's going to talk us through the first part.
Thank you, Mr. Addis. And before I start talking, everybody, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Addis and to Mr. Rocher, because what you are going to be learning about today is something that has taken time to think about, time to put together, and it's Mr. Addis and Mr. Rocher that have been spending all of that time doing this. But first of all, I just wanted to say very well done, because the vast majority of you, the way that you have been engaging in your home learning, how determined you have been, how reflective you have been, has impressed so many people. But we are also very aware that so many of you are spending many hours in front of a computer screen. And that's hard work sometimes, and it can be quite tiring. So what we want to do is make sure that we are giving you an opportunity to do something which takes you away from a computer screen. Now, if you were in school, what I would have been doing an assembly about to every single year group is about something called personal development pathways. It's opportunities, things that we want you to take part in that is outside of your normal curriculum, outside of your normal lessons, outside of your normal subjects. But what we have done, guys, is even though you are in lockdown, we want to still give you these opportunities. These personal development pathways that Mr. Addis and Mr. Rocher are going to be talking to you about are a chance for you to expand your caring side, your active side, your creative and inquisitive sides. Some of you have got all of those sides to your character, but you are now going to learn about lots of different challenges that you will be able to do that's going to help you grow as a person. And Mr. Addis and Mr. Rocher will tell you about these challenges, what you can do to show us that you've done these, because we want you to get away from your computer screens, guys, have some fun, but still continue to develop, show the Morling School way, and make sure that you are developing personally and your character is improving as well. So well done. You've been absolutely amazing, and I really look forward to seeing some of the evidence that you upload with your personal development pathways during lockdown. So I'll hand back over to Mr. Addis now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just to say, those of you that have done D&V or are currently doing D&V, this is going to be quite familiar territory to you. And the things that you do for this will also help count towards D&V, and the things that you're doing at D&V will also help count towards this. So you may spot things and go, oh, that's great. I'm already doing that. So we've got 4 areas, as Mr. Williams said. We've got the lockdown hero, which is all about being kind, being caring. And, you know, we are that. We are kind and caring. There's the lockdown legend about being active. Lots of you know that I go for runs, and I've been going into the sea a lot in the last couple of weeks. And I'm not going to ask you guys to go in the sea, but I'm going to ask you to get up out of your seats and out of your beds and actually get moving a little bit more. We've got the lockdown star for people that are being creative, people that are trying to express themselves in a whole different manner of ways. And because we can't forget this as well, we've got the lockdown scholar to further your thinking, to further your mind of things that aren't necessarily always taught in schools, that aren't part of our curriculum, but are things that you might be interested in. And hopefully we are going to get your interest with some of these topics. As we go through this and as you complete these challenges, you're going to move up levels of things, and you're going to gain a huge amount of the TMS, the Morling School Way reward points. There are going to be absolutely loads of those on offer for you. So let's get into this. There are 3 things that you could choose to do. You only need to do 1 in each area. So in Lockdown Hero, you could start supporting a charity across 6 weeks. You could be writing to an MP about an issue that you think is important. You could be assisting the family. Lockdown Legend, you could start running or walking. You could start doing a dance. You could pick up cycling. Lockdown Star, you could start playing instruments. You could be creating art. You could be cooking. And for the Lockdown Scholar, you could look at some TED Talks that we're going to do, listening to a podcast, or watching a documentary. Now, I've got a little bit more information on each of these. We want you to spend 30 minutes 3 times a week doing an activity that isn't your schoolwork, right? So this gets you away from the screens a lot of the time. It gets you away from thinking about work and gets you doing something else. In order to evidence this, to prove you've done it, all you got to do is take a picture of yourself doing it. Take a screenshot of an app that it's on. Upload that then to Teams. And each area will have a specific task for you to undertake. I mean, I would take on as many as possible if I was you. Keep yourself busy because they're all good things to be doing. Mr. Rocher, would you like to tell us about Lockdown Heroes, please?
Oh, yes, please, sir. Thank you. All right, everybody. This is our opportunity to show how much we care as part of our Morling School Way commitments. Your first option that you could follow is to assist a charity. Now, there you could support one of our suggested charities, of course, or you could support one of your own. There is literally so much that we can do to help our community around us. There's a wonderful little quote there, one of my favorite quotes about this. It's to be the change that you want to see in the world. You guys can all make a difference if you try. Thank you, sir. Next one. Okay, now your second option is that you could write to your MP. We want you to make your voice heard as an active young citizen of the UK. We would love you to write to your MP about what matters to you most and to help out your community and your country. There are so many things that you could contribute to, discussion around global warming, around schooling, around the awful coronavirus situation we find ourselves in. Writing to an MP is a wonderful way to develop yourself as an active citizen. Thank you, sir. And your third option is to assist the family in some way. Again, you have many options available to you, but you could try some of our suggestions week to week, things like reading to your younger siblings, cooking a family meal, doing something very, very special for your pets. And of course, you can come up with your own ideas too. We would love to see you showing your family how much you care. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. Right. To be a lockdown legend, I would like you to do a couch to 5K. Now, this is excellent. This starts off as, walking and resting and then building up to jogging and finally getting to be able to run a 5K. This is how I started running about 5 years ago. And I've now gone on to run marathons and lots of other things. And I know that there's various other members of staff that are currently doing this as well. See if you can beat their times. See if you can top them on things, right? So couch to 5K is a fantastic way of getting out there and build up your fitness. It's really good for the mental health as well. As well as that, we've got a cycling challenge, very similar to couch to 5K, building up stamina, building up distance, building up time as it goes and getting further and further into it. Or you could take on dance. And each week I'm going to send out a video showing the choreography of a song. It's not me doing it, so don't worry, you are going to have an expert to show you what to do. You're not all going to be dancing like me at the end of this. So 3 times across a week, you could be learning the choreography of a dance. And it doesn't say that you have to be any good at it. It just says you've got to be trying it. Now, to be a lockdown star, piano skills. There are free apps for you to download, right, of pianos. I've got some videos that show you how to play different songs on there. And again, it's not asking you to be really good at it. It's not asking you to be, amazing at the keyboard or the piano when you get back to school. It's just saying, can you try? Can you give 30 minutes 3 times a week to rehearsing and practicing this song? You could be working on your art. I've got a 30-day drawing challenge here. You don't have to do all 30 days. You might decide that you want to. You might decide that you're going to try a different style that you normally don't use, or something quite different to what you would normally draw or paint. You could also take up cooking, which would tie in really nicely with assisting your family as well, because you could start making meals for them. We've got some videos of Jamie Ivor's 5-minute, 15-minute meals and things like that to help you make something really nice for your family. Mr. Rocher, do you want to take on Lockdown Scholar?
Oh, yes, please, sir. Right, guys, this is our final section in your pathways. The first option is to listen to TED Talks. Now, these TED Talks are going to be actually presented to you by members of staff, and occasionally we'll have guests or we'll direct you to other TED Talks as well. As you can see, every Wednesday, an exciting TED Talk is going to be held in period 6. That's after your last lesson of the day, period 5. You can either join us live over Zoom so that you can participate in the Q&A, or you can catch recordings that we're going to make later on Teams. We would love you to challenge yourselves by exposing yourselves to some of the wonderful ideas that are out there through the TED Talk mechanism. Thank you, sir. Another option to improve your intellect and to develop a great interest in the world around you is to listen to podcasts, which of course have taken the world by storm over the last 20 years or so. Each week, a new podcast is going to be recommended to you, which you can listen to, or if you're already listening to podcasts, you're welcome to listen to one of your own choosing. We would love you to grow your curiosity and to expand your mind. Thank you. We have one left, sir, and that is task number 3, which is to watch a documentary. Again, we're going to recommend a number of documentaries to you guys, but of course, you're more than welcome to watch one of your own as well. We think this is a wonderful opportunity for you to discover the beauty and the wonder of the world that surrounds you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Right, guys, you can do this. You can get away from those screens. Challenge yourself. Take on each of these. And when we get back to school, I want to see people that have leveled up from, you know, nothing to level 5, level 6, that have really pushed themselves to do absolutely amazing things here. Mr. Williams, would you like to say anything else?
I just think you've got some wonderful opportunities here now to make sure that you can really challenge yourself. And the instructions for all of these tasks and activities will be on the Teams page for your particular year group. Mr. Addis and Mr. Rocher will be uploading all of these instructions. So if you're unsure about what it is we're asking you to do, you will be able to find out by going onto your Teams page. But don't forget, I'm sure you're all very aware that you can contact teachers whenever you need to. You can email and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. But try and push yourself here, guys. Do something that you wouldn't normally consider doing, because there's a lot of thought that's gone into this. And why we've done this is because we want you to try and develop personally, to improve your character and just enjoy something which you might not normally consider doing. So I really look forward to seeing some of your evidence and seeing how well you have got on. So thank you again to Mr. Addis and Mr. Rocher, and that's the end of this presentation. Thank you, everybody.